Thank God there's no law against attitudes. Therefore, cops can't write expensive tickets based on attitude. That is right. Right, officer?
Now, I have written tickets at lower speeds based on the attitude of the person I'm dealing with.
What the hell did you just say?
Now, I have written tickets based on the attitude of the person I'm dealing with.
Ow. Did you know that traffic codes enable law enforcers to violate your rights to life and liberty under the guise of road safety? In most cases, it's not about keeping people on the roadway safe at all. Traffic codes have a two-pronged purpose: control and money. Control because traffic codes artificially establish the authority of the state agent by force, and money because legislators legally authorize that state agent to plunder innocent Americans. Basically, and I know people don't want to hear this, traffic codes establish a legalized extortion racket. And it is legalized theft in every sense of the word. It's not about safety, it's about establishing authority and generating revenue. And this guy is going to substantiate those claims. This is Deputy Rod Hickok. He's a deputy for the Hamilton County, Iowa Sheriff's Department. He's been with 3 agencies and his career spans over 4 decades. Today, Rod has a ride-along from the OHP Marketing YouTube channel. In this video entitled, "Ever Wondered What Really Goes On Inside a Patrol Car During a Traffic Stop?" Rod is going to play God as he chases down a dastardly speeder. But I want you to watch how fast he has to go to catch up to this lady who was just going a few miles an hour over the posted speed limit on Highway 17.
All right, so we're on Highway 17 now, and we're headed north, and we've got somebody going a little too fast.
Yep. Turn that camera on here in a second. I'm going to be stopping this car for speeding on Highway 17, just south of Briggs Woods.
Is this a bad area of town, or a bad area of Highway 17 for speeding?
They all do the whole length of it, so it doesn't matter.
One spot isn't more than the other, huh?
Nope. Hamilton County 3 traffic. Yeah, Briggs Woods, Highway 17.
All right.
Definitely going to get to that. Okay.
All right, so you're back in the office. What happens now?
Now I'll run her driver's license to make sure she doesn't have any suspensions or anything wrong with her driver's license, which I don't think she does. She doesn't, just by her appearance and whatnot. Then I'm gonna write her a warning for speed. I had her at 63 miles an hour. So
If you have to break your own law to enforce your own law, is it really about safety, or is it something else? If it's one speeding car in the road that cops are so concerned with, it seems strange that they would intentionally become the second speeding car in the road. And how fast do you think Rod had to go to catch up to our speeder? Did you hear that engine winding up?
We're headed north, and we've got somebody going a little too fast.
yep.
If she was doing 63, he had to have been doing 90 or 100. Ma'am, I just want you to know that I had to drive 40 miles an hour faster than you to let you know that you're going way too fast. Not only that, Speed Demon Rod just extracted her ID from her with the implied threat of force because, of course, he's an armed man who just approached her vehicle. So her Fourth Amendment right to be secure in her person just got round filed by Rod. But Rod's not done violating her yet. He's going to look into her background as he explains the use of technology that they deploy against innocent Americans.
So who are you communicating with on the radio?
That's our dispatch center, the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office dispatch, their 911 communication center.
And are they doing a search right now, or are you doing all that?
No, they're running their driver's license information while I'm going to pull the warning, cite the warning violation up here. I'll start working on my end of things while they're doing theirs to try to get her out of here as quick as I
Three
can.
Hamilton County.
Now the ease of this with technology, we have a scanner. I can scan the barcode on the back of her license and on the registration here. It auto-populates information onto the form I'm using here.
Now, I'm sure that neither the ride-along nor Rod, the traffic god, intended to let this slip, but Rod's going to admit that by initiating this stop, he makes everybody on the roadway unsafe, including himself.
This seems pretty straightforward as far as the stop goes, but when you're sitting back here and it's not so straight for you, are you worried or thinking at all about what they're doing in the car?
Yeah, I glance up there all the time. I'm looking at my mirrors to see what's coming around behind me, watching traffic. You gotta have your head on a swivel so I don't get run over.
Yeah.
Or have someone bail out
Let
of the
alone
car.
dealing with that person, you've got traffic to worry about.
Right. Yep. So it's just one of those things you just try to, when I train new guys and stuff like that, you try to avoid complacency, because complacency in this job will get you hurt or worse. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody if I can help it. And I'm not going to let it happen to me if I have anything to say or anything to do about it. So.
By stopping a vehicle on a state highway, Rod admits that he's endangering the woman he pulled over, every motorist passing by, and even himself. If a trucker had a blowout, or if somebody fell asleep at the wheel, or there was a distracted driver, everybody's life hangs in the balance at a traffic stop. And this danger just wouldn't be there if people weren't getting pulled over all the time. But in all this, Rod is especially concerned with keeping himself safe.
Yeah, I'm not going to let it happen to me if I have anything to say or anything to do about it. So.
In this video titled 9 You're Fine, 10 You're Mine, Rod the Traffic God reveals issuing tickets isn't really about traffic safety. In some cases, it's about wanting some activity on a slow day, exerting authority, and then enforcing feelings based on the attitude of the driver.
Answer this if you want, or don't answer this if you want. 9, you're fine. 10, you're mine.
There's some truth to that.
Day?
Depending on the officer. I start writing tickets at 10 over. That's why I was trained as an officer when I come on patrol years ago. Now I have written tickets at lower speeds based on the attitude of the person I'm dealing with. I had one guy had him at 61 miles an hour. It was on a Sunday. There wasn't hardly anything going on. I wanted some activity, so I caught the guy at 61. I was going to give him a warning, courtesy, just a reminder, hey, slow down. I was very polite to the guy. And he didn't want to sign the warning. And I'm like, what? It's just a warning. It's not going on your record. It doesn't count for nothing. Just a reminder to slow down. I said, well, my lawyer told me I don't have to sign anything. Well, your lawyer's correct. So I said, well, wait here. So I went back, wrote him out a ticket. And I didn't do the warning. I can't make him sign it. I have no recourse. So I went back and wrote a citation out for 61 and 55 and come back with a ticket, explained it to him. He said, well, I thought I was getting a warning. I said, well, no, you were, but I had no recourse. Now, if you don't sign this, I can take you to jail for the speeding violation. It's like, well, I'll take the warning then. I said, no, that ship sailed. Now we are here. You can sign the citation. Here's your court date. And I explained the ticket to him. Or you can not sign, refuse to sign it, and I'm going to take you to jail on the speeding violation. He wasn't happy about it, but he can thank his lawyer for that.
He made his own bed that day.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my choice. My choice was to give you a warning, but he wanted a ticket, apparently, so I gave him one.
And the ride-along just laughs about Rod's abuse of power tactics to threaten force against an innocent man who was doing less than 10 over. Listen to this tyrannical admission again.
That was on a Sunday. There wasn't hardly anything going on. I wanted some activity.
It wasn't because of public safety. This cop admits that he pulled this guy over out of sheer boredom in America. That sounds like something the redcoats would have done to the colonists. Man, I'm bored. What do you want to do? Tell you what, let's walk up to somebody with our guns and play around with their liberties as we interrupt their pursuit of happiness. And then let's show them what good guys we are by letting them off with a warning. And then, if they give us any lip or try to exert their rights, let's show them that we are the ones who are in control. And if they try to take control, we'll threaten them with violence. That's called terrorism, folks. You never heard of attitude enforcement? Well, now you have.
Now, I have written tickets at lower speeds based on the attitude of the person I'm dealing with.
You got a bad attitude? You're getting a ticket. You got a good attitude? I might let you slide. Either way, I'm in control of your fate. Those aren't the words of a peace officer. They're the words of a power-hungry psychopath. And it's not just Rod. They're all like this. And then he said,
And I didn't do the warning. I can't make him sign it. I have no recourse. So I went back, wrote a citation out for 61 and 55, and come back with a ticket, explained it to him. He said, well, I thought I was getting a warning. I said, well, no, you were, but I had no recourse. Now, if you don't sign this, I can take you to jail. Well, I'll take the warning then. I said, no, that ship sailed. Now we are here.
So Rod was going to artificially present himself as a hero by initially writing a warning, but when that wasn't fully appreciated, when the driver didn't bow in homage, thanks, and obedience, Rod flexed his authority, abused his power, and created an excuse to issue his threat where if the man didn't comply and sign the ticket, a gun would have come out and the man would have been kidnapped. So even when it might appear like the cop is being nice by letting you slide, it's really all just to feed their ego. They want you to know that they are in control. They have the destiny of your life in their hands, literally. And if you fail to comply with or appreciate their fake kindness, they'll remind you that they are the pirates. These are their seas. This is their traffic stop. They are in charge, and they'll assert their authority.
You have to assert your authority from time to time, and right, wrong, or indifferent, it's just the way it is. When if I stop someone, I'm in charge, and I'll take care of it, and I'll be polite and respectful, provided that it's reciprocated. But if I have to let them know that I don't appreciate the way they're treating me or whatever, I will do so. Yeah. They might not like it, but
And that's just the way it is, folks.
it's just the way it is.
So what do you think about traffic codes? Is it about roadway safety? Is it about exerting their authority? Or is it about plunder by piracy? Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know, and I will see you in the next video.